Hey YouTube, it's me again. How's it going? Um, there's a conservative who has actually captured my attention. And she actually stands out to me in particular because, she's the type of conservative who has actually shattered the stereotype of what most people think of conservatives. When people think conservatives, they think of three or out of the many things that come to mind. They think of when people think conservative, they think of racist, xenophobic, and Islamophobic. So the interesting thing to me is that she was neither of the above. As a matter of fact, last year she actually brought an imam, a religious Muslim sheikh, if I should say, who actually himself was a Shia Muslim, and with an open mind, she brought him on the show, and she was actually willing to learn more about Islam because she admitted to herself that she didn't know anything about the religion. She had very limited idea, limited knowledge of what Islam was about. And of course, as a Muslim myself, I find it very refreshing that a conservative was not only willing to learn about Islam, but is also attacking the far left just like I have always been doing my whole life. Um, I obviously don't like the far left. They are very bad, very, very evil, and they have always contributed to destroying this country, as obviously the far right, like the Republicans and the far left Democrats. They have always been the same thing to me, and albeit I may not agree with everything Candace Owens says, what she says about the far left is actually very accurate. Whether it be about, Democrats, Ilhan Omar, or even Barack Obama, whatever the case may be. And I like the fact that, she was not anti-Islam as every conservative has been painted to be. And and to be honest with you, that tells me right there that she's a very open-minded person, and she's willing to learn about things that she has no idea of. She doesn't pretend to be like some of these other conservatives out there who claim to know so much about Islam, but all they do is just slander it without any evidence whatsoever. Candace Owens, she invited an imam, and the imam himself, I mean, he has a very different perspective on Islam, which is very inaccurate. But um, but what I agree with him on many other aspects of what the religion is, and he himself attacks the far left. So I think it's safe to say, for the most part, him and I are on the same side, and Candace Owens and we are on the same side as well. I mean, she leans more to the right, and I'm just like in the center. I don't lean to the far left or the far right. But what she says about the far left, I definitely agree with her on it. And growing up, I've actually criticized the far left more so than the far right, because the far left, they seem to be more popular with the majority of Americans, seemingly so. And I think it's safe to say and safe to assume that Candace Owens is articulate, she's smart, and if she's not familiar with a certain topic, then she'll ask and she's willing to learn about it. And from that episode where she invited that imam, that Muslim scholar, I guess you could say, on her radio show, that tells me right there that she is a very fair person, and she's always had my respect. But now I have a new level of respect for Candace Owens, and as a Muslim myself who is against the far left, or just against Democrats in general, um, this actually was very refreshing for me that she was willing to do that. I mean, I may be Muslim, but I'm not on the far left, and I'm not like a liberal at heart in any way, shape, or form. However, I will say that I'm also not considered politically correct because I'm not a politically correct person at all. I'll say things for what they are, and I'm okay with being labeled as the bad guy for it. And Candace Owens is that type of woman. And of course, I was cheering for her even more when she what's it called sent her response, uploaded the video, pretty much schooling Cardi B. Cardi B being the negative influence that 12-year-olds and teenage girls look up to, when she's nothing more than a rapper who just promotes what's it called, promiscuity, and she herself has had a history of drugging black men. So Cardi B is not someone people should be looking up to. I mean, she was used as a platform to get more supporters for Joe Biden. So I'm glad. So when she first insulted her, I mean, that's when I started seeing more of Candace Owens' videos and what she had to say. And if she was running for president, I think I would definitely consider voting for Candace Owens. And I'm serious when I say this. I actually don't really support conservatives because I'm not really on the same side as a conservative person, nor am I on the same side as a liberal or left or someone on the far left. But Candace Owens may just be an exception. I mean, she may have supported Trump, but I don't really support her in that regard. But I think she'd be a better choice than somebody like Sarah Palin. Candace Owens would also be a better choice than Kamala Harris, obviously, considering the fact that Kamala Harris is not even a good example of what a first female vice president, or president for that matter, should be. After all, let's not forget about something. Kamala Harris, she actually slept with a governor to get to the top. And that's why she's vice president now. If she didn't sleep with a politician, then she never would have gotten into politics or anything of that sort. So she didn't earn her position. She kind of sold her body to get it, if you stop to think of it that way. But Candace Owens, she's an articulate person. She used her mind, she used her wits, and she used her voice. So she's someone I prefer as as a female vice president or president of the United States. So do I have respect for Candace Owens? Yeah, you can bet your bottom dollar on that one. Of course, I always spoke more about Cynthia McKinney, who is a member of the Green Party, but she was against the establishment, and an African American congresswoman who was always against the New World Order, and she mentions it even to this day. So that's somebody I like, But when it comes to women like that who are smart, and of course, as a bonus, Candace Owens, also a very attractive-looking lady too. So that's obviously a bonus. But what stands out to me is her intelligence, not her looks. So if she's pretty, whatever, that's great. But I don't care about that. I couldn't care less about that. What I do care about is the fact that she is a woman that can be taken seriously and actually uses her mind. Do I agree with her on most of her political views? Not necessarily. She's more on the far right, or should I say conservative. I'm in the center. I'm not liberal or conservative. I'm just like independent. I registered as an independent voter and member of the Independent Party, and I think I'll die as an independent. That's it. But Candace Owens, I do like her, and ever since she had a Muslim imam on her talk show, although I do feel like he was pandering a little bit, but he made a lot of good points, and he's against the far left, so he's got my vote there. I think it's safe to say that she has earned my respect, and as a Muslim, it was very refreshing, and it was a sigh of relief for me. So, all I can say is that I just hope she keeps up the good work, and, I'll be on her side from here on in. So that's actually a good thing. But, I can respect another person's political views, even if I don't agree with them, because that's just what it's about at the end of the day. Even guys like Jason Burmis and Luke Rudowski, who run alternative media YouTube channels or whatever, I mean, they can agree with each other on a lot of things, but that doesn't mean they have to like each other. That doesn't mean they're buddies. But it is what it is. You can have the same political views, but everyone has their differences. That's it. So anyway, thanks for watching the video, and look forward to making more, so stay tuned. And for those of you who stuck by me, thank you again. And for anyone who's new, please subscribe. And whatever issues you want me to talk about, put your comments down below. Thanks again.